What's up guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. We got a good one. As you saw in the title, we're going to be doing our entire fuel system in this car with the big help of our new sponsor, Nuke Performance. Now if you guys have seen any of Nuke Performance stuff, they are beautiful. The machine work and everything is absolutely top notch. I have yet to find anything else that even compares to the quality of Nuke Performance. So I reached out to them and asked if they want to partner on this car. They said yes. Now to briefly go over everything they had sent us before we dive right in and start getting it knocked out, we have their 8AN inline fuel filter. We have their remote filler that we're going to be welding onto the back of the car, and we have their 8AN fuel pressure regulator. And like I was saying, the quality on these parts are insane. I'll go ahead and show you once we start installing them into the car. Now they also sent us some odds and ends to make it work. We have some clamps and some heat shrink and other stuff to make it all nice and pretty and secured tight into the car. I also want to give a big shout out to Ned over at Jack's Performance Fittings here locally in Jacksonville. He's going to be supplying all of our fuel line, our fuel pump. We're going to be running a Walbro 525 Hellcat pump, and also all of our fittings and little odds and ends. He has a huge quality that's always in stock of any kind of AN fittings that you need, so it's easy to run over there, get stuff on the spot, and get back to what you're doing. Now we're going to be running an 8AN feed, which is a little overkill on this car, but we do want to have the wiggle room for some power adders in the future, and a 6AN return back to the tank. Now if you'd already saw in previous videos, we have an 8-gallon ATL cell that we mounted into the back passenger side of the car. It's got a nice little fancy cover, but the tank is used. It was used in a pro car for maybe 2 months or so, so it's still fairly new. But I want to go ahead, go through that tank, get everything cleaned out. We'll put our new Walbro 525 pump inside of it, get it plumbed up, get it together so we can throw it in the car. And then we'll start running the lines from A to B back to the front of the car and getting everything buttoned up. Now I went ahead off camera and got our fuel filler mounted. It's going to be right back here. And when I was telling you about the quality, it is beautiful. It is such nice billet pieces. Has this cool little touch. E85 comes with a bunch of different stickers that you need. So we have it all mounted up. I'm gonna have to drill a hole in our firewall where our fuel cell is gonna be, so we can run our fuel filler neck right up to there. But we'll get to that by the end of the video. Now one of the last big pieces of our puzzle is gonna be our fuel injectors. I reached out to Fuel Injector Clinic and they agreed to partner with us this year. Sent us out a set of their 850cc injectors, and these things are amazing. Not only is the tuning all plug and play with the data that they provide, they have a lifetime warranty, and the customer service is amazing. So you will have zero problems contacting them for customer service or having your tuner go through and tune these injectors on your setup. Now let's go ahead and dive right into this project and start getting everything knocked out. Now also inside of this fuel cell, we're going to be running ATL's black box. This is like a mechanical surge tank. It's a housing that goes inside the tank. You mount your fuel pumps in here, and it has trap doors to keep fuel inside the box to help preventing slosh. So this is what we're going to be running. Something mechanical, not electrical, which I've done a lot on this car, trying to simplify everything, prevent any kind of future failures from happening. So this is going to be our method of preventing slosh in this cell. Alright, so as you saw, we got the whole tank all stripped down, everything cleaned. I went and rinsed out all of the fuel cell foam. It's all pretty much dry except for these big pieces. They have probably, I don't know, I'll give them another day or two just to be safe. I went ahead and got our fuel cell all cleaned up last night, and I also started fiddling around and came up with this design of mounting our Nuke Performance fuel filter right here on top of the cell. This is all going to be encapsulated and covered inside of there, but I figure this makes it nice and easy. If I need to service anything, I can hop right in the back of the car and do it. So this is kind of the design I came up with. It's a little funny, but again, it's totally covered. It's never going to be seen. I put some 6AN fittings for our return and our vent, and an 8AN line right here to feed the fuel rails. So let's throw this into the car and we'll start getting our lines ran. Alright, so we got our hose ends put on here. Ignore the noise in the background. It is extremely hot right now, so I got the fan going. But let's go ahead and feed this through, hook it up to the sill, get it all into position, and we'll go underneath the car and start P-clamping everything so it's nice and supported up in the trans tunnel. Alright, so we have the feed and return all hooked up. Nice and clean. Runs through a couple grommets right there. So now, like I was saying, we're going to go under the car. And you can go ahead and see the route that we're going to take. I notched out this section so the hoses won't be rubbing on anything. And they're just going to run right here, right down the trans tunnel all the way up. And then they're going to curve up and go up right above the bell housing. So as you guys saw, we have the feed and return lines ran up the trans tunnel. Here is our return line. I need to get an 8 ORB by 6 AN90 just because I'm really tight right here. So I need to get a more low profile fitting, which I'll have that soon, throw it on. Our feed Y's off. This one will go to this fuel rail. This one will go to this fuel rail. And that's all good. So here it all is. It's super clean. It's not the most beautiful setup in the world, but it stays covered up 100% of the time anyways, so it just needs to work efficiently. All right, let me show you guys this real quick. I had some extra heat sleeving, so I went ahead and protected all of the lines running down the tunnel. Sorry for the fan noise. It is really hot. Okay, so now that we have all the lines pretty much fabbed up in the car, I've given the foam here about 2 days to dry out. I've been blowing it out and putting it in the sun, and it seems like it is completely dry. So now it's just a matter of getting all the foam back in, making sure everything is secure, making sure our fuel pump's all good, getting it plugged in, and getting this sealed up for the final time so we can install it in the car and leave it there for good. All right, so we have the cell completely put together, everything sealed off, it's back in the car. I also ran our vent as well as our filler neck, so check it out. Here's our vent, put a couple curls in the bottom. Our filler neck, nice and clean and high. And I also went ahead and installed a Holley fuel level sender into our cell, as well as a fuel gauge right here in the pillar. Now that gauge is mainly for like crew members or anybody working with me when people are swapping out tires, or anyone back here. We can right here see on the exterior of the car right by the fuel cell exactly what the level is. I will have the level displayed on a dash for myself, but I don't want to have to yell over the car if we're ever in a pinch, try to relay the message that we need to add fuel. So that level's right there, keeps it nice and easy. Anyone can look anytime to see how much fuel we have in the cell. So that's super fancy. Now you also may have noticed that there is some wiring in the back of the car. You'll see in the next video here where we're gonna wire the entire chassis. I am coming to you a little bit from the future right now, but all of the fuel cell stuff is completely done. It's ready to add fuel. The only thing that's not done is our last couple lines running to the back of our fuel rail. I'll be getting my intake manifold back here in a couple days. All we gotta do is just cut those 2 lines, hook them up to the back of the rail, and it's good to go. It's ready for fuel. We can go ahead and kick it on. So, like I was just saying, in the next video, we're gonna wire the entire chassis. I'll have that one coming up soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm trying to do more of like showing progress in the videos instead of a complete step-by-step DIY style. Hopefully it's a little more entertaining and satisfying watching it that way, seeing more stuff just get done. So, almost there, a little bit more, and we're starting this thing up. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Later.